Kathleen Kennedy is planning to turn Rey into Luke Skywalker, and I cover exactly how she's gonna do that in her planned Star Wars movie. Now, you're gonna wanna stay to the very end of this video because I'm gonna tell you what the horrific plot to that movie is. Now, this is an article by Screen Rant, and as you can see here in the Star Wars Legends continuity, Luke Skywalker establishes the new Jedi Order, a vastly improved successor to the prequels era Jedi Order, and can serve as a model for Rey's generation of Jedi. In the current canon, Rey is the last living Jedi in the final scene of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, and since the Star Wars galaxy is now in nearly the same position as it was at the Return of the Jedi, Rey is in the perfect position to rebuild the Order and fix its many flaws. The current canon's Luke failed to improve the Jedi, but perhaps Rey will succeed in doing so. If gaslighting was an article, that was it. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's what they're doing. You see, their shitty ideas didn't work, and now Disney is gonna take ideas that actually did work, ideas they told you weren't canon, but actually were liked by fans, like Luke Skywalker becoming the Grand Master of the Jedi Order and rebuilding it and improving it from what it was during the prequel era. In Legends, Luke Skywalker marries Mara Jade, and they have a kid named Ben Skywalker. And Leia and Han have 3 brats of their own. One of them actually is Jaden Solo, who turns to the dark side, and Luke Skywalker trains them all. You see, in real Star Wars, what they call Legends, Luke Skywalker isn't a bum that abandons everyone and gives up. He rebuilds the Jedi Order without the flaws that ultimately led to the destruction of the Jedi Order during the prequel era. And that's the Luke Skywalker that we expected when it was announced that we were gonna get a 3rd trilogy in Star Wars, because that's what happens after Return of the Jedi. That's who Luke Skywalker becomes. And it's an amazing story, but according to Kathleen Kennedy, there's one big problem with it. A huge problem with it. And although she likes the concept of the story, she can't stand the man in that story. So now it's her story. She is the new Luke Skywalker. They literally took Luke Skywalker's story after Return of the Jedi and they gave it to Rey. Rey not only stole the Skywalker name, she stole Luke Skywalker's story. Everything, every trait. And now she is the one that's gonna rebuild the Jedi Order that learned from the mistakes of the prequel Jedi Order.
So exciting to have Daisy back today.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was huge.
That's huge.
Yeah. So what point in Rey's life are we gonna rejoin her?
Well, we're 15 years out from Rise of Skywalker.
Right.
So we're kind of post-war, post-First Order, and the Jedi are in disarray. And there's a lot of discussion around who are the Jedi, what are they doing, what's the state of the galaxy. And she's attempting to rebuild the Jedi Order based on the books, based on what she promised Luke. So that's where we're going.
Yeah, and you mentioned Luke, and I think he almost seemed like almost a cautionary tale.
And that is going to be the plot to the next Star Wars movie. It's literally going to be Luke Skywalker post Return of the Jedi. You know, the movie we all wanted. But instead of Luke, we're getting Rey, which is sad because that's going to be her legacy. She is forever going to be known to us real Star Wars fans that she is just a cheap copy of Luke Skywalker, which is really sad because Rey could have had an awesome original story of her own. But Kathleen Kennedy isn't creative. She doesn't understand Star Wars. She is incapable of creating a new story. So she's just gonna steal Luke's and give it to her. And when this movie fails, which it will, they are gonna blame you. They are gonna blame you for being this, being that. You hate these people, you hate that. You're toxic, and that you're the problem. But we're not. What we are, we're real Star Wars fans that remember real Star Wars. And again, as long as I have this channel, I will keep reminding you, I will keep reminding the truth that real Star Wars is sensational.